In 1911, two teams set out to reach a place no human had ever stood, the South Pole. Only one of them would come back alive. By 1911, the South Pole was the last great prize left on Earth. Almost everywhere else had been explored, but the frozen heart of Antarctica remained untouched, a plateau nearly 10,000 feet high, where the cold fell far below zero. Two men set out to conquer it. Robert Falcon Scott, a British naval officer, led a large expedition backed by the pride of an empire. Roald Amundsen, a Norwegian, arrived quietly, telling almost no one his true plan. Scott wanted to plant his flag for king and country. Amundsen wanted only to be first. Amundsen had spent years learning from Arctic peoples how to survive on the ice. He trusted sled dogs and skis, traveling light and fast. His men wore fur, ate fresh meat, and moved almost like part of the frozen landscape. And on the 14th of December, 1911, after weeks of hard travel, Amundsen and his companions stopped and looked around. There was nothing but white in every direction. They were the first humans in history to stand at the South Pole. They planted the Norwegian flag, left a small tent and a letter behind, and turned for home. Scott's team chose a different path, and it cost them dearly. Their motor sledges broke down. Their ponies sank into the snow and had to be put down. In the end, Scott's men were reduced to dragging their own heavy sledges by hand across the plateau. It was slow, punishing work. On the 17th of January 1912, 34 days after Amundsen, Scott and his men finally reached the pole. But there was no triumph. There was a Norwegian flag and Amundsen's abandoned tent. They had lost. "Great God," Scott wrote that night, "this is an awful place." The journey back destroyed them. Frostbitten, starving, and worn to nothing, Scott's men began to fail one by one. One of them, too injured to go on, walked out of the tent into a blizzard so the others might have a chance, and was never seen again. In the end, Scott and his last companions lay trapped in their tent by a storm, just 11 miles from a depot of food that could have saved them. There, they died. 8 months later, a search party found the tent nearly buried in snow, with the bodies inside, and Scott's diary, its final words still readable. Amundsen won the race and lived. Scott lost it and became a legend. And in the end, the ice kept a piece of them both. Follow the Unbelievable Files for more true stories from history.